Getting all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here in the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Eddie George Heisman Challenge here on NCAA Football 13, as we say farewell, if I can actually speak, to a great college football game while we wait for what will hopefully become a legendary football game in its own right. The new college football game, EA Sports College Football 25. Well, that comes out in July. We're playing this in the meantime to try to get some little nostalgia going, reminisce about the good times that we had playing these games growing up. Maybe for some of you, more recently, but I played it when it came out because I'm very old. So, we're here with the Eddie George Heisman Challenge, a mode that I've never really played too much of. I played a little bit, I dabbled with it. I played a little bit with RG3 back in the day. Played a little bit here and there, but I've never really done a full season or anything like that. So this is what this series is about. We're going to be continuing with Eddie George. Last episode, unfortunately, we had a mishap with our quarterback Braxton Miller, where at the end of the game, he fumbled the football, and Michigan State recovered and ended up winning the game because of that. So, yeah, that didn't go very well. We didn't get knocked too much in the rankings because Michigan State was also ranked, and they're also around our ranking. So we didn't get knocked too much of it, but now we have one loss. And back in the BCS days, which this is obviously pre-college football playoffs, back in the BCS days, it's hard to win a national title or even play in the national championship game when you have one loss. So we're going to have to impress, and we're going to have luck on our side to hope that some of the top teams also lose if we want to play in a national championship. But that is not the end-all goal of this season. It is to win the Heisman with the guy that we are using in the series, which is Eddie George. So we have almost completed all of the target goals that we needed to complete for Eddie's Heisman Challenge. We are just a few yards away from the total touchdowns, or the total yards that we needed to get rushing yards in a single season, and we are only a few touchdowns away from the total touchdowns that we needed to get in a single season. So we are very, very close. We should be able to get those both completed in today's episode, as long as there's no crashes, which there's been crashes the last two episodes, so I think that there might be. I'll just have to cut around it, and hopefully we'll just move past it. I didn't mean to hit the mic there, sorry. We'll just have to move past it and work around it. But that's what happens when you play on the PC. Crashes are a big thing. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but I'm prepared for it to do. So let's get into it. If you go on to enjoy, hit that subscribe button. Join the Juice Club. Let's get that subscriber, not subscriber ratio under 80%. That'd be pretty nice. So hit that subscribe button for me. Do me a favor. Join the Juice Club. Have a good time. Let's get into the Eddie George Heisman Challenge weeks 6 and 7, depending on when the bye week is. It could be a third week in there because we simulate the bye week, obviously. I don't know when the bye week is, but it's probably coming up pretty soon. Let's get into it. As I mentioned in the intro, we are here at week 6, taking on Nebraska with all of our Heisman Challenge or Chasing Eddie goals pretty much completed, except for those two ones that you have to get through during the season, but we will probably get those, especially the touchdown one. I would assume we get that in today's episode, probably even in the first game of the episode, because we're already at 21 and we only need 24. So if we get 4 touchdown game like we've been known to do, that'll be done. And we're already at 1,500 yards in the season for total rushing yards, and he had 1,927 on the season. We'll get that pretty easily. The Heisman Watch, we have stayed at number 1. We've maintained our number 1 spot, which is nice. After our unfortunate loss to Michigan State, we had 40 carries, over 400 yards, and 3 touchdowns in that game, which is pretty amazing. I didn't actually think I was going to get 400 yards in that game, but that's pretty awesome. And yeah, we play Nebraska back at home. We suffered an unfortunate loss on the road at Michigan State, but hopefully that doesn't happen again. Also, a little sub goal of this Eddie George Heisman Challenge is to fill up our entire helmet with Buckeye leaves, because obviously you want to, if you have a lot of Buckeye leaves, then you're one of the best players on the team, and Eddie George might have his first kick return touchdown of the year. I was wanting to get one of these since they had us on kick returns and punt returns. I don't know why we were on special teams in the first place, but there it is, and we broke a record, 106 yards. We take it to the house. So that is a beautiful way to start. Can we do both? Can we do a kick return and a punt return touchdown in the same game the first 2 times we step onto the football field? That would be pretty awesome. Punt returns are a little bit more difficult to do, and they're not even going to let me do it. That's going to go out of bounds. So that's no fun there. And they're going to go speed option. Speed option, I'm pretty sure, is the play, or a version of speed option is the play that Braxton fumbled in the game against Michigan State. So hopefully we're not ever going to call that again, because that is just something that we cannot have. We cannot have him fumbling the football. We do have the star underneath our name now, so that is ideal, because we're a star player on this football team. We are the leader in the Heisman voting as of right now, midway through the season, and hopefully we can keep that as we get further into the season. I would assume if we keep going for like 250, 300 yards, whatever it may be, I would assume that we'd be able to keep ourselves in the Heisman race. We also have to put up a lot of touchdowns, though. We can't forget about that. And they are actually going to shut me down. Nebraska run game might be, or run defense, might be pretty difficult to go against. But their offense doesn't seem to be very impressive at all, so we don't have to worry too much about that, it looks like. They're not even going to let me return this punt because I'm assuming it is out of the back of the end zone, and it is. Okay, so we start again. A load option. What are these kind of play calls? See, these kind of stupid play calls where they're asking for trouble, man. They're asking for trouble. I don't like it one bit. I don't like it one iota. There we go. That's a decent run. Not great blocking. The guys didn't really get out to seal the edge like I wanted them to. If they would have sealed the edge there, I might have been able to take that around the corner and all the way to the house. You never know, really. That time, it wasn't great, but I broke a tackle. Stay on your feet and stay out of bounds. I couldn't keep my momentum from going out of bounds there after breaking that tackle. But we do get a big-time first down, so we're progressing. We're doing better than the first drive. That's always what you want. You want to keep getting better during the game, keep getting stronger. That's great blocking, and Eddie George carries a couple of bodies, a couple extra yards. Tremendous blocking from the offensive line and from the wide receivers in the past couple of plays. Nebraska will hand the football to us. And the controller is disconnected, as it always does. No surprise there. We're already at 62 yards in the first quarter here. 62 yards. We're not really on pace for anything crazy, but that doesn't mean that it can't happen if we just go off for like a couple big-time touchdown runs. As Eddie George just physically manhandles people. My bald king. Under a minute 30 first quarter, Braxton Miller will hand the football off to me one more time, and I might be able to sneak my way in. There it is. Touchdown, Eddie George. So he's got a kick return touchdown and a rushing touchdown already in this ball game. He's been the main reason why we have 14 points, the only reason we have 14 points. Will they even get this ball off before the quarter ends? They will snap it with literal triple zeros on the clock, and I'm not going to return this punt, and it will go into the end zone. So we will start the second quarter with the ball. Good start to the game. Nebraska really shouldn't be too much of a competition, you could say. They're certainly not a Michigan State level threat, or a Wisconsin level threat, or a Penn State level threat. We should be able to easily walk over these guys as Eddie George carries his momentum forward. We're going to keep the no huddle going. Make sure that they get exhausted. I hate the only thing that I would probably change, well, I'd probably change two things. The ability to call my own plays and not have to worry about using my skip plays or extra play calls like I have to use right here. I would probably change that, and I would change the ability, I would give myself the ability to snap the football. Even though I'm not the quarterback, I want the ability to snap the football. And I'm not getting that. I just pancaked that guy twice. I pancaked that guy twice in the same, like, breath. That was pretty cool. All right, and then now they're going to call it passing play. The first passing play of the entire game. comes with 4:20 to go in the second quarter. Here's a snap. You know what? Don't throw me the football. Who'd they throw to? Nice little block there. Okay. Big time run. Big time run, but they took me off the field for some reason. I don't know why they took me off the field, but they took me off the field. And now we've got a punt return, 21-0. This really shouldn't even be a Big Ten game for if you're being legit. Like, the Nebraska Cornhuskers don't really compete with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Let's just be real. 11 carries, 107 yards, and we haven't even reached halftime yet. I think it's safe to say Mr. Eddie George is going to have a crazy game. If I can get one huge carry here, we'll be off to the races. And that one's going to be not a huge carry, but a very, very good carry. A very, very good carry from Eddie George. That already gets us to 122. I'm pretty sure that in the subsequent game that when I was loading in, it was talking about the stats. I'm pretty sure Eddie George had 3 touchdowns and 134 yards in the game. I think it was against Penn State. And I think he had 2 of those in the fourth quarter. So if we could replicate that, that'd be pretty cool. Nice little sub-challenge to do for this game. As we continue to cook Nebraska's run defense. I thought in the first drive that they were going to have like a pretty stout run defense. But, I mean, I'm getting like 7-8 yards a carry at this point. Maybe even more sometimes. Oh, yeah, that time, I think that's mainly my defender, my blocker didn't throw a block there. I don't think that's really my fault. I probably could have had a big chunk of yardage. And that time, I had to break my own tackle there. Throw me another block. I mean, okay, I guess I shouldn't have brought up the fact that they weren't blocking or that they weren't stopping the run, because now that the back-to-back plays, they are. But that's not really my fault. I'm trying my best, but I don't have any blocks. That was a false start, or an offside. Not a false start, an offside call. And I'm not going to call hurry up here. We might as well just kick the field goal. 24-0. Nebraska got a chance to kick a field goal. Okay. So they could end their shutout by kicking a field goal here. I don't know why I'm on special teams, especially on field goal blocks and extra point blocks and stuff like that. Why am I out here? I'm Eddie George. Do you not know who I am? I should not be out on special team plays. I understand to a point, like being out there on kick returns and punt returns, maybe. But there's no reason I should be out there on extra point blocks and on field goal blocks. That just doesn't make really any sense. 30 seconds to go in the half. Eddie George back to return. He's already got 1 today. Can I do 2? Nah, I didn't get the blocking. Or I didn't go the right way, I guess. So didn't get it on that one. Halfback toss. This will probably be the final play of the quarter and of the half. That clock is going down. So if I could take this to the house on one play, a house call on play 1 would be pretty awesome. Oh, no, they're going to call a timeout here. I got them down pretty far. 8 seconds to go. They want to call a passing play. Well, I don't want to call a passing play because I'm not a receiver. I'm a freaking running back. So I want to call a run play. That makes the most sense. So we snap it. We hand it off, and I got shut down. Where's the blocking? They want to call a Hail Mary. You know what? I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to waste an extra play call when we have 6 seconds left in the half. That'd just be, like I said, a waste. So we're not going to call that. Braxton's going deep. He's got 3-on-1. I thought he caught that for a second. It wouldn't have been a touchdown unless he broke a tackle, but that would have been pretty crazy. All right, we start the second half. And Nebraska will actually take it down. Oh, I can skip these plays? Oh, I didn't even realize that. You know what? I'm skipping kick returns from now on. Well, maybe not from now on, but now that I already have one, I'm probably going to skip. I didn't even realize I could skip those. I'm definitely skipping field goal blocks and extra point blocks. That's for sure. I guess I should have paid more attention to the screen, to the UI, and realized I should have I could skip it. But now that I know, I'm not doing that anymore. That's for sure. 2nd and 2. Hand out to Eddie George. Right up the middle. Eddie George. That's what I'm talking about. Big dog. Read option. Last time we did a read option in this game, Braxton kept it. Does he do it twice? Probably. He probably does it twice. No, he actually gave it to me this time, and I don't get a lot of yards because my receivers don't know how to throw a block. Back-to-back read option plays. There's not really any good options. I mean, I'll go with the wide receiver motion and then just a handoff. It's kind of annoying that we have to wait for the motion, but it's better than having a read option. Here's the handoff. You know what? I'm going to try to bounce this outside. Oh, that was a bad idea. There was so much room. There was so much room there, but I couldn't bounce it outside. Now we got a halfback screen. I think the last time we ran this was in episode 1, and it didn't work very well. Screens just don't work, and was I supposed to call for the ball? I don't know if I was supposed to call for it or not. I thought that he might just do it. Might just throw it to me. 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. We are already wrapping up game number 1 of the episode. 24-10. Nebraska's trying to fight back in here. We need to put up another touchdown to really ice this game, and that is really good run defense, but I was able to break the tackle. You don't get much better than Eddie George breaking tackles, that's for sure. Run some hurry up so that we can keep them off their feet, and George fights forward, gets the first down. I really hope that with this, I'd rather call it passing play than speed option. I really hope with this win that we go back in the top 15. I can't believe we lost to Michigan State, man. That's all they're going to go to me. I was not expecting to pass. But this time I actually caught it and got a bunch of yards. I was not expecting a reception there. I was just running my route. I'll take it. Big catch. Move the football. About to enter the fourth quarter, probably on this play. There's the snap. There's the handoff. Eddie George got beat to a pulp on that one, but he stays in the game, and that'll be the end of the game, or end of the third quarter. So we go to the fourth quarter. We definitely need to put another touchdown on the board. If we put another touchdown on the board, I'll feel pretty confident that we can get the job done against Nebraska. I still feel pretty confident we can get the job done. It's just an extra touchdown would ease those nerves to a finite point. But I'd really prefer a block. If it's just like so many different opportunities that you don't throw a block, I could have had so many more yards. But he came right up the middle, unblocked. And again, they just, oh my God, there's frustrations about these Buckeyes not throwing blocks. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And these are horrible options. I'll just go read option. Man, Nebraska must have had a big-time turnover because we are right on the doorstep of the touchdown here. But those 3 play calls were not great. Read option is not a handoff to me. It's Braxton, and he should have handed off to me. He didn't read the play very well. And these are not great. I don't want to run a screen. Screens just, I don't like screens because I don't like to catch the football. I'd rather just run the football. This time, he doesn't hand off to me. Braxton's not getting a lot of yards there, buddy. Stop calling these plays, Urban. Let me call a run play. Let me call a run play, and I can take it to the house. Or Nebraska's defense can shut me down. Fall forward, 4th and 1. We're going for it. Hurry up. I don't care. Hurry up. We're at the 1-yard line. I don't care if they're not ready yet. I'm going into the end zone. Touchdown, Eddie George. That pretty much puts this one away. 31-10, late fourth quarter. That one puts this out of reach. But we are going to have to go another game because, well, we already were going to go another game, but we have not broken Eddie George's touchdown season, but I might do it here on this one. Eddie George diving into the end zone. I think that ties it. Is that number 4? We'll have to see. That's number 3. So that ties the touchdowns at 24. So we will have to go in the next game to break it. The first touchdown of the next game will break that. Unless we get one here with 40 seconds left, which is possible, I guess. I'm just not expecting it to happen. They keep wanting to do these halfback tosses. We have, by the way, surpassed all of the goals that we needed to get from Eddie George's real-life game. It was like 134 yards and 3 touchdowns or something, so we've done all that. And now they want QB kneel. You know what? I'm just going to skip those plays. Halfback off tackle now for some reason. Why couldn't you just do another kneel? Why do we have to run another running play? All right, that'll be the game. 38-10 over Nebraska. Big victory, big bounce back after losing on the road in Michigan State. Kind of frustrating that we lost that game. I'm still not over it. I can't believe Braxton fumbled that ball. And there it is. We get the player of the game as expected, and we dominate against Nebraska. dominate against Nebraska. It definitely goes a lot quicker now that I realized we could skip those extra special teams plays. That's very nice. All right, big win, and look at that. We have not only... Oh, we did do it. My math was off. Did I score an extra touchdown I didn't realize? Did I have 4? I must have. I must have had 4. Maybe I forgot one. But we are only a few yards away from the more rushing yards than Eddie George, so that'll happen in this next game, and it's against Indiana. Our bye week doesn't come until week 11, so I was wrong on that. We have Penn State in the next episode as well. That's going to be pretty crazy. But we've got Indiana coming up next. Indiana should not be any challenge. They should probably be similar to Nebraska here. But we should be able to pass that yards. And we did stay at the top of the Heisman voting. That's the ideal situation to have. Okay. So everything's looking pretty good. Week number 7, we only move up 1 spot to number 17. But if we keep on winning, things will get better. We'll start going up. And eventually somebody will lose in the top that probably shouldn't lose. So we should be able to get that benefit. But as long as we keep winning, we'll be good. But now we have to go on the road to play Indiana. Last time we were on the road, we lost to Michigan State. Let's not have that happen here in Indiana because they are bad. Here we go. Indiana and the Ohio State University. Last time we were on a kickoff, we took this to the house. We're not going to do it on this one, but that's a really good return. Nothing too shabby there. Let's start this one hot. We're on the road in hostile territory. Even though Indiana's not very good, we're still in hostile territory. These fans are rabid to a point. So we got to come in here, block out the noise, and get the job done. Because we didn't get the job done against Michigan State. And I'm still heated about that. I know I keep talking about it. I'm still heated. I'm still angry. That's annoying. We shouldn't have lost that game. Shouldn't have lost that game. But we did. So we have to come back. And it makes it even more difficult to make the national championship game. But I think we can do it. I think we can make the natty. Probably not, though. BCS is a lot harder to make the national championship game when you got 1 loss. Ooh, Braxton switching me to the left side. And I broke off a tackle. Eddie George down. 2nd and 1. Okay. Braxton must like something to left side. We've already got 33 yards on 3 carries. We're kind of cooking here in the first quarter. It's a nice little beautiful day here in Indiana. I'm so excited for the new game just to kind of see the stadiums and everything, see the atmosphere, because college football, we talk about this all the time, college football atmosphere is what makes college football special. So I've seen some of the images, some of the pictures that have come out about the new game. I've seen some of the stadiums, how they look in the game. They look really, really good. I've seen some of the licensed music they've gotten for the celebrations and for some of the traditions, like how Penn State plays Mo Bamba. And I don't think Camp Randall's going to have jump around with Wisconsin, which is kind of unfortunate because that's like a big thing. But I don't think that was ever confirmed. But there are going to be some traditional soundtrack music playing during some of the games, or during some of the breaks, I guess, the commercial breaks. Commercial breaks, even though it's a video game. So that's kind of cool. I'm just so excited to actually get my hands on the game and play it. And it looks like Indiana has frozen. So luckily, we're only in the first quarter. I'll be back with it fixed, basically the same point. Okay, I've gotten back to around the same kind of area that we were at before the freeze. Luckily, it happened at the beginning of the game and not like in the 3rd or 4th quarter. That would have made me a lot more mad. So we can kind of just go through it like it never happened. Just continue on the game like it never happened. It was only like a couple of seconds, not even a second for you guys. And now it wasn't that long for me either. It doesn't take much time to reboot the game and anything like that. So we're right back where we were. I'm kind of open here, but I'm not going to call for the pass because I don't think I can catch it. Is that a touchdown? No, we got pretty far, but no touchdown. Can I run the football? I think this is a run for me. I'm not 100% sure if this is a run for me. I guess? This could also be Braxton just handing it off. I'm not 100% sure. No, it's me, and it's a touchdown. That's how you start a game. All right, on the road as well. Big time. And remember, we're going to skip those punt return play calls and all that kind of stuff. I did do the kick return one, but we are going to skip that. We need to keep on winning, especially on the road. Show the committee, even though there's not really is there a BCS committee? I don't know. We got to show them that we are good. We don't deserve to not make the play. We need to make the championship game. We don't deserve to get left out. We're a good football team. We're the best football team in the country. I think that's pretty straightforward. You got the best running back in the country. You got the best quarterback in the country. You got the best team in the country. Yeah, we suffered a loss to Michigan State, but when hasn't the Buckeyes gone on the road to Michigan State and lost? I mean, that just happens all the time. At least in the Urban Meyer era, it did. Losing to Michigan State on the road, losing to Iowa on the road, losing to Purdue on the road. God, those were some brutal losses in the Urban Meyer era. But at least he brought a championship, something Ryan Day has yet to do. And trust me, if he loses to Michigan this year, no matter if he makes the playoffs or not, he's probably gone. But Michigan, they're going to lose. They suck. They always suck. Even when they beat us all 3 years, they suck. Oh, no, what happened? Oh, why do they always do that? I thought for sure I had the ball there. I thought I had a big-time touchdown. I could have went to the house 6 times, but I didn't have the football. I thought I had it there. The camera, I know it only follows me, but they got to stop doing that. Oh, I just broke the record there. I skipped through it because I didn't realize, but I just broke the Eddie George record on that run. So we no longer have to worry about those challenges because we've beaten them all now. We have completed all of those challenges. Eddie George is now standalone. Well, this version of Eddie George is standalone. He beat all of his other records. Excellent. Absolutely perfect. Oh, he changed it last second. I thought I was running to the right side. I'm running to the left side, and I fall in. Oh, just a little bit short of falling into the end zone for a touchdown, and I accidentally called a passing play here, and it's going to be almost intercepted, actually. Oh, my God, that would have been insane if he would have caught that. Give me just a regular run, please. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We have to call these option plays. I'm not going to call a pass. I don't want Braxton to get any stats. It's all stats for me. They better hand this ball off to me. I don't know what's going to happen here. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. I know I'm not behind him, but toss it to illegal forward pass. Do it. I don't care. Oh my God, what are these play calls, Urban? Give me something to work with here. If he doesn't hand me this ball and read option, I'm going to be annoyed. Hand me the ball. Thank you. Oh my God, what is the blocking attempts from the Ohio State offensive line? Come on. All right, we kick a field goal, but Indiana goes down and scores. So that's not ideal. And we're going again with these zone reads. Late second quarter, we're going to have to put up more points. We can't kick field goals. I know Indiana's not good, but you can't win football games by kicking field goals. It's just not something that happens. So we're going to have to do the dang thing and put the ball in the end zone. It's not difficult. It's very simple, actually. I don't know why the Buckeyes called a timeout there. I was running hurry up for a reason. I'm watching the clock. I know what's going on. I know ball. 2nd and 8. You better throw a block for me. There it is. Beautiful. Right up the middle. They weren't expecting it. And that is a huge run from Eddie George. Beautiful run. 166 yards on the ground for Big George. They were not expecting that at all. The safeties were like running to the opposite sides to try and cover like the corners. That was a huge run up the middle. And they keep wanting to pass the football, but I keep saying no. I'm not willing to pass the football. It's not about you guys. It's about me. Good block there that allows me to get the first down. Eddie George. Good job, Eddie. 19 carries. I think that was 182 yards, did I say? I think it said that. Come on, Eddie. Get her done. Oh, bad blocking. I don't even know if they decide maybe they didn't like me, apparently. The offensive line said, we'll let him get crushed on this one. That makes sense. Another timeout called by the Buckeyes. Why are we calling timeouts here? And then they don't want me on the field? What just happened? Why'd you call a timeout and then have me off for a play? And now we're running 4 verticals from the red zone. I don't know what's going on here. The play calling didn't allow me to call a run play, so I have no idea what's going on. I'm not going to call for a pass. I don't know what happened there. Who has the ball? Where did it go? Obviously, we ran it because The clock was still moving. It's 2nd and 4. Under 30 seconds to go in the half. Just hand me the ball off and let me score. Break a tackle. Eddie George into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And that is a new school record. We passed good old Archie. We are breaking all the records. We're into the second half, and now they couldn't score, which is beautiful. But another freaking bunch of pass plays. I can't handle this. 17-7. I want to put up another one. I want to put up another touchdown to feel comfortable against Indiana. I know they haven't really been able to do much on offense, but I'd like to put up another touchdown just in case. And that is going to be, is that incomplete? It is. 2nd and 10, unfortunately. This is why we don't call passing plays. We don't move the football with passing plays. We move the football on the ground. We're a ground and pound team. Why do you think we've broken all these records? Look at the blocks from the Ohio State wide receivers. This could be a one-play touchdown. No! I was trying to maneuver that corner into getting blocked, and I got too close, and he brought me down. Oh, I wanted to take that to the house. I wanted to take that to not only the house, but the penthouse. That's annoying. 233 yards on the ground. Okay, let's just get another good handoff. If it happened once, it can happen again. Here it is. Another great handoff, another great blocking attempt down the field by the receivers. And we will run this back one more time and try to put this in the end zone. Motion on the receivers. Hand the ball off. Bounce off a tackle. Bounce back inside. Break off a tackle. And only get 4 yards. I did a lot of maneuvering just to get 4 yards in that play. And I think this is read option. It is. About to be 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Braxton wants to keep calling read option, and he hands it off to me. That time you probably should have kept it yourself there, Braxton. As long as we can score, I guess it doesn't matter how we do it. Well, at the end of the day, it probably should be me that scores. Come on, just throw a block, please. It's 4th and 4. We're going to have to kick a field goal, aren't we? Yeah, 20-7. I'm okay with that because the Indiana offense cannot do much. You know what? I said we never run read option or speed option, but we're going to run speed option here. Braxton, please don't fumble the football. If you fumble the football here, we're never running it again. That's a promise. But I'll throw a block there for you. Braxton got destroyed on that one. You know what? I wouldn't even have been upset if he would have fumbled that. He got hit hard. It wouldn't even really been his fault. Look at the blocking, the spacing. Eddie George around the side. Eddie George. Huge run. Another one. I love the big open spaces. Look at that. I got like 30 yards of separation between us and the safeties and corners and all that kind of stuff. So, love the separation. Love the space. Oh, that's a lot of good open lanes, but I got brought down from behind, and that should be the end of the third quarter. So, we will go to the fourth quarter up 20-7 over Indiana on the road. It's looking pretty good that we're going to come away with a big-time W here. We flip sides of the field, flip. And we're going to run some read option to start the fourth quarter. Please hand the ball off to me if it's the right decision. And it was the right decision because I'm just going to barrel my way down the field, lower the shoulder, and put some fools on their backs. 293 yards. We're killing it today. Absolutely killing it. It's benefiting that we're not playing anybody of real threat. Although against Michigan State, we put up a bunch of yards and still lost. But when we get to those games against like Penn State, Wisconsin, Michigan, those games are going to be very tough. Is that going to be a hold? I don't know what that's going to be. Maybe an offside? It can't be a hold, can it? It is going to be a hold. I thought it might have been too quick of a play to get a hold, but I guess not. The center is called for a holding. And can I hurdle? Oh, I jumped, but I didn't hurdle. I tried to hurdle my own guy, and that didn't work out very well. Okay. But I think I have a cool, even 300 yards now on the ground. That's pretty awesome. And a rare passing play. I'm going to run my route. Maybe throw a block in there. Who's that? Who's got the ball? Where's it at? Throw a block. I threw a block, and he scored off my block. Let's go. I think that might have been Philly Brown scoring a touchdown. Let's go. But Indiana does put up a touchdown. So it's a good thing that we put up our own. Because Indiana's a little scary. But I don't... Wait, what happened there? They took me off the field? Now we're on the field again. I don't know what happened. We have 33 points now, apparently. I don't know what happened there. But a minute 42 to go in the game, and we lead 33-14, so I'm feeling pretty good that we're going to win this game. Why'd you do that, Braxton? I mean, it probably wouldn't have worked either way if you would have kept it either, but that's just disrespectful to give me the ball like that. You knew I was going to get walloped. And I did. I got mollywapped. But Eddie George using that strength to get those yards back. Original line of scrimmage. 4 verticals with a minute to go. Why not? Why not? See what kind of craziness can happen. Maybe somebody gets open. Goes for a touchdown. I am kind of open there. Oh, that's a deep ball. He's wide open. It's a little underthrown, but it's going to be a touchdown anyway. Let's go. It was slightly underthrown, but it was good enough. A touchdown by Braxton. Crazy throw. And you know what? I don't even need to be out here. Skip the play calls. Keep skipping them. And that's going to be it. The Buckeyes will go into Indiana and win against the Hoosiers. Now, to be fair, it's not that big of an accomplishment because they're Indiana. But still, going on the road and winning in a hostile environment is never that easy, let alone putting up 40 points on them. Big games this episode. 2 big wins coming back. That's how you want to come back after the embarrassing loss. But there it is. We've also capped over 2,000 yards. We're having a historical season right here. But we've officially accomplished all of the Chasing Eddie goals. So all of those are ticked off. We go to next episode where we play Purdue and Penn State. It's going to be pretty tough. Penn State is ranked pretty highly. I wonder if this will take us just up to 16 or maybe back into the top 15, potentially. No, we stay at 17. That's not good. I wanted to go up a little bit higher. But the most important thing is we stay number 1 in the Heisman voting. Some guys are giving us some contention here, some threats. But we do stay number 1 in the Heisman voting. That's got to stay for the long haul, because that's what this video is about, or this series is about. But that's going to do it for the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watch. I truly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.